Hi, welcome back, Scott Machine Gun Dad. If you saw my last video, it was on the MG-13 Sustained Fire Kit, and at the end of it I mentioned the MG-34 Sustained Fire Kit. MG-34 Sustained Fire Kit. The MG-34 kit is rarer than the MG-13 kit, at least in my experience, and they carry a lot more value. Which is funny because they made more MG-34s than they did the MG-13, so the only thing I can think of is by the time they really put the MG-34 in to service, they kind of realized this is kind of a pointless kit. But let's show it to you anyway. I don't think you need to see the rag I used to loosen things up. It looks very similar to the MG-13 kit. Folded under. This one doesn't appear to be hardly used at all. You have your nails, your traverse and elevation. I'm sorry, your traverse, rear traverse, your bipod lock, and your elevation. The difference between the two kits is this piece right here. If you see on this piece, the hole is much bigger for the MG-34 stock, and there's no leather in between. It has the same tightening piece. It has the same elevation ability. It has the same I don't know what the exact word would be called, the gradients or the hash marks, as does the traverse. And the bipod attachment is pretty much identical to the MG-13. It opens up, it has feet on the bottom, and it has the lock on the to lock it in place, which this one is very, very stiff. And I am not going to force it. So when I put this together, you won't, this won't be locked. But it even goes down here and it goes on here. So what I'm trying to tell you is, it's obvious they just took the MG-13 Sustained Fire Kit and modified it to run on the MG-34. Has the pins on the bottom. Same thing on this, the little spike things. I'm pretty sure, if I don't have a German manual, but the manual for this would be the same as the MG-13 manual. So this video is going to be a little shorter because I don't have to show you the same thing over and over again, but I do want to show you the MG-34 setup on this, so give me a minute. We have 34 set up on the kit. I learned something as I was setting this up, that the fixed bipod doesn't open up as far as the adjustable bipod, so I can't put it in the further settings. Also, I learned that when it's in the closer settings, you get elevation from level, so the point of impact goes up. So if the enemy's coming over the crest of a hill or something, you could dial this in for them coming over the hill. When you put it in the wider holes, like I did on the, had it set up on the MG-13, the elevation goes down. So if you were on a hill and shooting down into a valley, you would probably use the wider settings. So it works pretty much as like the MG-13. To be truthful, I don't see why they bothered to make this. I think everything you do with this, you could do with just a trained gunner. Maybe that was in the 30s. They didn't have a lot of trained gunners, and that's why they used these instead. But I don't know if anybody's ever done a video on one of these, so I figured I'd put it out there. It's in my collection. It's in my inventory. Why not show it to you? Maybe somebody will have some questions. Thanks as always coming for the channel. I have one more Sustained Fire Kit. It'll be coming up next. It's for the ZB series of guns.